It still feels a little surreal when I walk up to this truck though. It does. I look at it and I'm like, oh snap, that's a bad truck. Oh, that's mine. I forgot. Alright guys, we are on our next load. It was a little touch and go there for a little bit, trying to figure out if we were going to get a load today out of Southern California. We just delivered to some insulation in the last video. Delivered it to Riverside, and then we had to drop that empty trailer in Moreno Valley, which is really close to Riverside, right next door. So it took about 10 minutes to drive there, and then it took about an hour and a half to wait through the line at Procter & Gamble to drop the trailer, the empty trailer. I wasn't expecting it to take that long, but anyway, it's kind of messed up, but whatever, you know. It is what it is, as they say. But while we were waiting, we called on a few different loads. One of them was a Gardner load, or a CRST load, and it was paying pretty good. So I was interested, and I emailed the guy, and he emailed me a link back, and he was worried about my insurance coverage. And I said, hey, you know, I'm a newer authority, so if that poses a problem, you know, I just want to let you know now, so we don't get too far down this path. And he said, verify that you have 150,000 cargo insurance, or we're both wasting our time. So I was like, in the previous email, I sent you a copy of my insurance cert that states that I have 250K cargo insurance. We're good on that. So then, anyway, he goes, okay, it's all done online, follow the link and get signed up, you know, do your carrier packet. So I go on there, and of course, it's like, I put in my DOT number, and they're like, oh, you haven't been in business for at least 182 days. And I was like, that's such a random number. They want you to be in business for 182 days before CRST will let you work with them, or Gardner. But anyway, so we struck out on that one, and then I kind of just right place, right time for this load. It's not the best paying load, but hey, we got to keep the truck moving. And I told you guys this week we're gonna be running hard, so we're running, and we might be taking a little less on the rate than what we should, but I can't be sitting around like I have been the last couple weeks. Number one, I'll drive myself crazy. I'll go crazy. Number two, there's no way to make money. I mean, I know you gotta get higher paying freight, but the fact is I don't have a trailer, and I'm a new authority, so I got to just take what I can get for the first few months here. And so all you guys who are going to come at me about my rate, you just relax, okay? Relax. It'll get better, I promise. But I'm not going to tell you guys what it is right now. I just hopped on Highway 138 to come up out of LA. It kind of meets up like on top of the grapevine. So I've actually never taken this road in my history of living in California and driving all around California. So kind of excited about that. And yeah, I'll touch base with you guys a little bit, fill you guys in on a little bit more about this load we're on. Sound good? Sound good? All right, cool. You know, guys, I wanted to tell you about this load, but I don't know. I was just stopping by here to buy something. You ever wish there was just like an online store where you could buy anything, everything, in large quantities, small quantities from all over the world? Oh, that exists? Yep, we're hauling Amazon freight, everybody. So all you guys who said, hey, why don't you try Amazon? Hey, we're trying it. And this load's going from Moreno Valley. It was a mile away from our last load. from where we dropped the trailer at Procter & Gamble in Moreno Valley. It was a mile away to Amazon. We hooked up to this trailer and we got to get it up to Sacramento. So we got to go. We got to run. I'm going to talk to you guys on the road. See ya. Check this out, guys. I've never seen anyone use the runaway truck ramp, but someone did. That's why you don't go too fast down this dang hill. There's a 35 mile an hour speed limit. You stick to that, set your Jake brakes, you don't even touch your brakes. Otherwise, you're gonna smoke them, get them hot, they're not gonna work anymore, and then you're gonna, once you get going too fast, there's no stopping you. Man, I'm glad he didn't get anything worse than just jacking up the bottom of his truck. I heard of one of these runaway truck ramps back when they were shorter. And there was a guy, a friend of my father-in-law's, someone he knew personally, that he was bombing down this hill, heated up his brakes, lost his brakes, and he was going about 100 miles an hour, and he actually went through all the gravel and then ended up launching off the end of the whatchamacallit, off the end of the runaway truck ramp, and he passed away. So anyway, be safe on this dang hill, guys. We're coming down the Grapevine, just in case you didn't recognize or don't know. And yeah, we gotta get this load up to Sacramento, but be safe out here, guys. Be safe. Be safe. All right, hey, what's up, everybody? So we are on I-5 and we're getting close, but we're not there yet. We got to keep pushing because this is a straight through, so I got to get there and I got to get this this trailer dropped at their facility. So we're trying to hustle so that we can beat our clock, make sure that we don't run into any snags. You know, we said that we'd get it there, so we got to get it there. Yeah, we're not pushing the speed too much. We kind of found a nice little group of trucks to run with, and so we're kind of just running in a crowd so we don't stand out. Although I do got all my lights on and stuff, so I still stand out in the crowd. Come on. I should turn everything off, just keep it low key, look like a regular regular truck, like any other old 389. But no, I gotta be special and different and put all the lights on. But anyway, yeah, so we just gotta get there, and yeah, so I haven't been able to make too much video with this trip because I've been so focused on getting out of LA. I was using my phone to try and GPS myself out of there. We came up 138, 215, 138, 122, and 138 kind of merged together. And then we took Pear Blossom Highway, I think it's called. The GPS just told me to turn, so I turned. Gotta love GPS truckers. But I went out there, hit 14, and then 14 met back up with the 138. 138 met up with I-5 right up there in Gorman, and then yeah, then we dropped down the Grapevine, and this guy's going really slow. Anyway, so we dropped down the Grapevine and picked up I-5, and we've been trucking it up I-5, and you guys saw that video where the guy was on the runaway truck ramp. So he didn't make it too far, up the ramp, so he must not have been going too fast. But anyway, stay safe out here, guys. There's one other thing I'm going to put in the video right here. I've received actually a few of these, I think 3 or 4 now, where people have sent in videos to me to show Gus. And then I also had Nomad Trucker out in Tennessee. He dedicated a whole driving video just to Gus, and that was really cool. But I've had subscribers who don't have YouTube channels just send me videos, and so I'm going to put one in right here. He asked me not to share his name because he's not doing it for the notoriety. He wasn't doing it for me to put it on the channel. I just asked him if I could put it on the channel because I think it's really rad, and it's one of the cool things that I wasn't expecting about starting a YouTube channel was how many people would be so rad and kind and thoughtful to one another. I feel, just this, like, for the most part, overwhelming sense of like encouragement from everybody, and it's I didn't expect it. So anyway, check out this pretty nice 389 Peterbilt, and yeah, that's all I want to say about it, because he wants to be anonymous, and I can respect that. I can respect like Jesus said, don't let your right hand know what the left hand is doing when you're doing your good deeds. And that's kind of, I think, how this guy lives his life, it seems like, because he really didn't want me to tell you guys his name, so I won't. But anyway, know that I appreciate you and I love you. And man, Gus is lucky. Gus is lucky to have so many people just be so kind and loving towards him. And one day, hopefully, he might even understand, the kindness and the generosity of all you guys. So anyway, check out this video, the walk around video of this 389. All right, guys, we made it, and we made our delivery already. So our delivery was supposed to be later, but we hustled and got it here earlier so that we could make it within our shift. And so now we're going to shut it down. We're right outside the facility. You can see all those green lights behind me. Those are all the doors back there at the Amazon facility. And so yeah, so this load, I'm so out of whack on this video because I've just been running all day trying to make sure I can get it done before my hours are up and make sure I'm not running too illegal. But anyway, so this load pays just about $12.50, and once again, it's just under 500 miles. I think it was like 480, but then I went the long way around. You guys saw that going up 138 and all that. So I'm just going to round it up to about 500 miles. So that puts us at like, whatever that puts us at. I forget. I did the math, but it was like two something. But the main number I want you guys to think about is the trip number. We made 1250 on this one and 900, so we made 2150 between going down and coming back north. So that's not terrible. My goal is to make 1200 a day basically gross revenue to the truck. So we missed that, but we're still in that profitable range. A lot of guys figure their profitability by the rate per mile, and I'm cool with that. I look at the gross revenue more than the rate per mile, but they have to work together. I mean, the fact is that gross revenue can't exist without a certain rate per mile. If I'm looking to make $5,000 in a week, you can't run $1.50 a mile because you have to do too many miles to meet that, 5,000. And conversely, the same is true. You could run $10 a mile, but if you only do, 500 miles, you're not, or I guess that actually would do it. But, if you're running super cheap per mile, super cheap rate, and you're not, if you're doing a super good rate, but you're not getting very many miles, then you need both. You need miles, you need rate, and they have to meet together somewhere. So most guys have like a number that they're trying to figure on the amount of miles they want to do per week. And based on that number, the number that they hope to do, then they create like a cost per mile that they want to have their truck, a rate per mile that they want to have their truck making. And so I have done that based on about 500 miles a day, 2,500 a week, 10,000 every 4 weeks, which isn't a month, but you get the point. 4-week periods. So my rate per mile that I shoot for is that, like, I shouldn't even say shoot for. My rate per mile, that's my like break even point, is $2.01 per mile. And that's based on 10,000 miles. And that's based on $4 a gallon, which right now we're a little under it. And that's based on roughly 6 gallons per mile, 6 miles per gallon fuel mileage. Which obviously, if I'm doing empty trailers and stuff like I did last week, the fuel mileage is going to be better. So anyway, so you have to like assume all these numbers, and then you come to this amount, and that's that amount, that $2.01 per mile amount is based on my home expenses as well as the truck expenses. So that's my all-in rate that I need to make money for my family. So if I get 500 miles a day, 2,500 miles a week, 10,000 miles in a month, then if I do that many miles at $2.01 per mile, then I will be profitable. So anyway, we went on less than $2 a mile down south, and it wasn't ideal. And then we couldn't find anything coming back except for this Amazon load, which pays $12.50 on 500 miles, which is 260 miles, something like that. So all that to say, we, on the whole trip as a whole, it ended up at about $2.15 a mile for 1,000 miles. So we did okay. We didn't do great. No one's going to accuse us of getting rich or setting some example for other people to follow. But what we did do is we're keeping the truck rolling and we're bringing in money for the family, because ultimately you need rate per mile, but you also need revenue. They have to meet in the middle. And so right now we're on the low side. We're just starting out. We're on power only, which the rates are lower for power only. And there's not as much freight for power only. So we're struggling to get loads, so we're going to try and take what we can get, keep the truck moving. Obviously, I'm not going to move the truck for some like asinine rate per mile. But if I need to take another lower paying load to get down south to try to get another higher paying load coming up, I'm going to do that. The point is that you average at the end of the week, you average more than what you need to make a living. So that's what we did with this Amazon load. I'm too new of an authority, not having my own trailer. Those are my challenges right now, and that's why we got to just take what we can get and run as hard as we can, and not let all the naysayer commenters try to dissuade us. Otherwise I'll just sit at home. If I didn't work for every broker that people told me not to work for, I wouldn't be able to work with any brokers. If I only took the rate per mile that these other guys say that I should be taking, I would never get a load. If I only, like if I only took $4 per mile loads, I wouldn't have gotten a load yet. Or I would have gotten one load. All the other ones, I wouldn't have gotten because I would be bidding too high. So there's got to be, we gotta just give me some time to be a new authority without a trailer. I'm not going to be at this rate per mile forever, but this is just the way it's got to be right now. And so we're going to wake up in the morning. We're going to get on the load boards. We're going to try and find another load from right here in Sacramento if we can, or close to the house. The house is about an hour and a half, 2 hours south. So if we can find some up here and then swing it by the house on their way, that'd be cool. If I can't find anything in the morning, I'm just going to start heading towards the house, and we'll reconvene on Wednesday. All right. That's it for tonight. That was a long, rambling rant I just went on. Hopefully I'll edit that up and it won't be as long. But I love you guys. I got to get some sleep, and we got to hit this thing in the morning, try and get another load going south. Let's do it. Catch you guys on the next load. Peace.